Look, I don't want to be recording this. Star Trek means a lot to me. From memories of watching the original series with my father, through the formative lessons that Picard and co would teach me as I grew up into a teenager, and even onwards as I turned into an adult, and Star Trek turned slightly more adult with the political, religious and adult themes of Deep Space Nine, where we got a proper, war story and some harrowing events that happened that propelled me through my adolescence and into adulthood. Beyond then, I enjoyed bits of Voyager. Bits of Voyager were very good, and although I ignored Enterprise at the time, I then went back and watched Enterprise reasonably recently, and honestly, it seems like vintage gold-plated Trek compared to what we get now. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the new Section 31 teaser trailer, which is charitably the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my entire life. This is going to be the acolyte of Star Trek. It's not Star Trek. It's some grotesque, obscene, shambling, modern TV parody wearing the skin of Star Trek. So let's have a look at this teaser trailer.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information.
First, straight off, we've got this horrific music. That's not Star Trek. Fuck off. Fuck right off. And then thankfully it says Section 31 all the way through the trailer at the bottom, which is really handy because if it wasn't for the fact that it says Star Trek Section 31, I wouldn't know this was Star Trek. We have some phenomenally stilted child acting. Whether she's being directed this way or whether it's just another example of a child that can't act being thrust into a TV show for, I don't know, reasons. Just seems very, very stilted. William Shatner, you've got nothing to worry about there, mate. And then obviously because this is new Star Trek, it's just all dark and horrible and oppressive. Michelle Yeoh, who's a fantastic actress, gurning for the camera. You've got obviously a lovely diverse cast. You've got what looks like a Suicide Squad in space. Put something on fire. You've got the dialogue. We'll make sure nobody commits murder here. Oh, that's a cute idea. Oh, fuck you. This is going to be bumpy and bad. Oh, no shit, mate. No shit. It looks like, it's action. There's, fight, yeah. You're a bad bitch. Oh, my. I am incensed that this is what they are doing with Gene Roddenberry's legacy. I can't. I just can't. Section 31. All right, I understand the want to do a Section 31 series. I get that. I do. I get that. But this was never Section 31. Section 31 was never running around in squads of extremely outlandish looking people blowing stuff up and murdering people. Section 31 was a covert, clandestine arm of the Federation of Starfleet doing what the Federation couldn't to ensure that the Federation endured. They were pulling strings, manipulating things behind the scenes. They weren't James Bond. They weren't going on missions, blowing stuff up, killing people, and just basically being the Suicide Squad or Bad Boys or, anything like that. Mankind has evolved. Mankind has gone beyond its limited sensibilities that it has now. It's evolved morally, culturally, if not physically, and we are better. We are better than that. But at the same time, it's understood that things have to be done to ensure that happens. As much as the original series is brilliant and everything, the hippie-esque nature of it, which was carried over to the next generation, where Gene Roddenberry said he didn't want any conflict because there's no conflict in the future because everything's brilliant. Sometimes just didn't work. It doesn't always make for great narrative. It doesn't enable you to explore characters in the way that maybe you should be able to. However, this is the other end of the scale. Either this is going to have swearing in it. Absolutely guaranteed it's going to have cursing in it. And that's another thing that I really, really didn't like in Star Trek, modern Star Trek. You know, in Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, the one with the whales, Kirk nearly gets run over and he gets called a dumbass. And the only thing he can do is, because he is so unused to cursing or anything like that, is turning around and going, oh, well, a double dumbass on you. Because humanity's gone past it, you know? Not this. Not whatever this is. Fuck you, Alex Kurtzman, you absolute hack. Gene Roddenberry will be rolling in his grave